Okay. Okay, I'm recording, so you can watch it next time. Okay, so we go back to the syllabus and we are in week 3. So today we continue chapter 1, lesson 1 in chapter 1, and we go in more detail in some aspects. Okay. Just a second. You remember last week we discussed this business and the environment. This is your company, and your company could be small, your company could be large. Okay, just a second, please. But it doesn't matter what your company is, where it is. There's also always forces that are influencing your company: culture, technology, demography, nature, economy. Uh, Business scientists, they have invented this thing. It's called Pestel analysis. Okay, just a moment. So when you have a business, you always must think about the environment, what is going on, to be ready for anything. You can't relax. When you run a business, it's like driving on the road. You know, you cannot close your eyes. Even if the road is straight right now, maybe in the next moment there's a turn, maybe there's a bump, maybe there's another car on the road, maybe there's a dog. So you always must look around. You have a nice car, this is internal. You have a nice engine, tank full of gasoline, this is all inside. But what is going on outside? Maybe it's raining, maybe there's a turn, right? So this is all outside. Government policy. Maybe next month the government will initiate a lockdown. Maybe they will close restaurants. Maybe they will open them. You must always follow the news. What is the government policy? Do we have new taxes? Do we have new labor laws? You know, before Thai companies could hire people from Myanmar and issue them work permits. Will it continue or change? Maybe there's trade restrictions. Maybe you can no longer sell your products to China, right? Or maybe there's a quota, no more than, so many million baht. So you must always follow this thing. This is political environment. Maybe there's political instability. Maybe there's a mob in Bangkok, right? How will it affect your business? Let's say you have a restaurant in the center of Bangkok and there's a mob, right? So you cannot open, or you need to pay attention to that. We call it Pestel, right? But okay, I will move to L. Legal. Again, what laws are there in your country? Can you hire children? Can you like, let's say in the United States, there's special laws against discrimination. So, for example, uh, women and men apply for the job. You cannot say, we're looking for men only, no women. You cannot say that. If they have equal skills, they could apply. Okay, if the man has more skills for this job, then you hire a man, but you cannot turn women down if they have equal skills, or if they, you cannot say, oh, we're looking for white people, no black. You cannot say that, right? Because it's discrimination. So you need to know the laws of that country. What about health and safety laws? um, you have employees and they're working. Should they wear special protective eye gear, special masks? What about copyright laws? We're teaching at the university. Can I make copies of books? Can I use YouTube? What about that, right? Consumer protection laws. Um, Somebody comes to your restaurant, you give them hot coffee and they burn themselves. Is it your fault or their fault? You'll say it's their fault. But did you warn them that the coffee is very hot, right? So you must always pay attention to the laws, otherwise you could lose your business if you, or let's say you sell food to people and then they get food poisoning, right? Uh, whose responsibility is that? How much money should you give them? Okay, economic situation. For example, Thailand was receiving tourists from other countries, and if the exchange rate is bad for tourists, they won't come to Thailand. They will go to another country because things will look more expensive. They sell their dollars and then they buy baht, Thai baht, and then they look how many baht can they buy, right? Exchange rate can influence your business, so you must get ready. Income of people, right? If people have less money, it will influence what products they buy. For example, you sell cheesecakes and mama noodles, right? If people have more money, if they have good jobs, then they will buy cheesecakes. If they have less money, they will buy mama noodles. So you must pay attention to the economic situation. Um, Unemployment. If people don't have jobs, then they cannot come to your restaurant, then they cannot stay in your hotel. Maybe you should think about that when you're running a business. S stands for society, people. For example, age. In Japan and Korea, people don't have many children. So there's more older people, and older people want different products than young people would buy. So you must think about the products that you are selling. What is the age of your consumers? Okay, health consciousness, lifestyle. Um, Many people in Europe and in the US are switching to become vegetarians. So if your restaurant is selling chicken and no vegetables, then and everyone is a vegetarian, then you will lose money. So you must think about that. People do yoga. More and more people, uh, into yoga. So maybe you should offer yoga classes. Cultural things. You're moving to Saudi Arabia. They don't eat pork there. You're going to India. No beef. You should remember that. So culture will affect what you can sell. Technology. Are people able to use your technology? Maybe it's too difficult for them, right? Think about, like, even in our class, I use ZipGrade. So, but first I need to teach you how to use it, give you some time. So you try it, right? So you could have the best technology, but if people don't understand how to use it, if you don't give them a chance to learn, then they will say, I don't like it, it's too difficult, right? You could have the best phone, right? But if every time people need to go into settings and change things, they will stop using it. They will say it's too difficult. That's why uh, Apple is so successful, because it's all easy for people, for old people, for children. You don't need to know anything about computers. You just click, and it starts working. So technology can help your company. Technology can help you earn more profit. At the same time, if you are not uh, following technological news, maybe your company will become obsolete. Maybe technology will replace your company. And you see, I have somebody joining the class. Okay, so technology can be a savior, but at the same time, it can kill your company. So you should pay attention to what is going on. For example, you're making computers and you think, oh, TVs and computers, they're different. But at some point, there's a smart TV, so people can watch YouTube on the computer, on the TV screen, so they will buy less computers, right? If I'm just using computer to watch YouTube, why do I need a computer? Why do I need a tablet? I can watch it on my phone or on TV. So we must pay attention to that. E stands for environment, and it can affect your company. Last time I told you about Colombia. They're growing coffee, and weather, climate change affects crops, affects how much coffee they can produce, how much coffee they can sell. Weather can affect rice in Thailand, right? If you depend on rice exports and the weather, there's too much rain, not enough rain, it will affect. For example, you have, okay, I'm just warning you guys that if you come late, I will not accept you. And so it means you miss a class, because every time somebody joins a classroom, I need to admit them because there's a sound. Weather will affect you. Climate will affect you. You're running a hotel in Utah and you're waiting for the snow, and there's no snow, so people not coming to ski. You're losing money, right? Environmental policies. You are selling cars and they're using gasoline, and then public is starting to demand electric cars because they want to be clean towards the environment, right? So you need to produce electric cars, because if you don't produce electric cars, somebody else will, and then you are out of business, right? Um, so these things companies consider when operating Pestel outside environment. There's another analysis for a company. It's called Swot. SWOT means strength, weakness, opportunity, threat. Strength and weakness is inside of you. Opportunity, threat is there outside. You must always think, what do I do well? What is my problem? What opportunities do I have? in life? What are the threats? Just imagine, first of all, it's about you. What is your strength? Oh, I'm a kind person. I love animals. I help friends. Everyone likes me. Okay. And what weaknesses do you have? What are your problems? Well, I'm lazy and I like to eat, so I get fat. And opportunities. They're opening a new company so I can work there. And threat. Well, other people are also applying, right? So this is personal, but we are not talking about just personal, we are a company. So a company sits down and they think, what do we do well? What do we do? What's our problem? And outside. So this is inside your company and this is outside. So you sit down and think. Uh, let's have a case study. I did for you, I prepared Starbucks. Let's look at Starbucks, real life example, and see what they do. How can we apply SWOT analysis towards Starbucks? Just a moment. So, SWOT analysis. Strength, weakness, opportunity, threat. Once again, internal, something inside, strength and weakness, and outside, external, opportunity and threat. So, strength, characteristics of the business or project that give it an advantage over others. So, you are better than your competitors. Weakness, characteristics of the business that place the business or project at a disadvantage relative to others. Remember, you're not the only company in the world, there's other competitors. So, if you do something badly, someone else will do the same thing well, and then customers go to that company. Opportunity, elements in the environment that the business or project could exploit, something that you could use for yourself, right? Threats, elements in the environment that could cause trouble. So what could cause trouble? So let's go to Starbucks. First, we look at strength. Number one coffee house in the world. Everyone knows Starbucks. They're number one coffee. There's a lot of Starbucks everywhere. So everyone knows Starbucks. You don't need to advertise a lot. Everyone knows you. So this is good. If you are a new company, no one knows you. For example, there's a True company in Thailand, right? Internet, TV, and suddenly I saw True Coffee. So at first I thought, like, what is that? Is that coffee? I was confused, right? So many people would be confused. It's like, no, it's about internet. Don't go there, right? But it's a coffee house. So Starbucks offers high quality services, high quality atmosphere, high quality products, food and drinks. So people want high quality, they go to Starbucks, right? It's good. Everyone knows that when you go inside, you get quality products. Starbucks atmosphere. When you go inside, they play nice music, furniture is nice, everyone is smiling, you like it. You go to another shop, maybe they don't have aircon. Starbucks is everywhere. Let's say Bangkok. You go, it's in many locations, so you don't have to look for it. It's there. Customers are loyal. If you like Starbucks, you come back and come back and come back. So Starbucks doesn't need to worry about loyal customers. People return because they want that atmosphere, that experience. Starbucks has good relationship with workforce. People who work for Starbucks, they get higher salary than others in the US. They get health insurance. So people don't quit often. What it means for me as a customer when I go uh, to buy coffee, people they have training, they have experience. If I ask for coffee, they don't give chocolate, right? If I ask for cake, they don't give me croissant. They know how to serve, and customers like it. Starbucks also has good responsibility towards society. They use recycle napkins and cups made of recycled materials. So people like it. Oh, look at Starbucks. They're good towards nature. Okay, so this is strength. And what's the weakness of Starbucks? High price. The price of... Just a second. Just a moment. I will this Prezi presentation. I will share here. Okay, so when you go to Starbucks, the price is high. And if you don't have a job or you have less money, you will not go there, or you will go there less often. So when you're not sure about the economy, the state of economy, you don't know what will happen in the future, you don't want to spend money. So you will spend less money on luxury, right? You will continue buying cheap products or necessary products, but coffee is not necessary, right? You can drink coffee at home. You don't need to go to Starbucks. So people will try to save money, avoid high price. And this is the problem for Starbucks. This is their weakness, high price. Many people think that Starbucks is American. So if they don't like America, they will not go to Starbucks. They are concentrated in the US. 65% of Starbucks locations is in the US. So if US has a problem, it will affect the company. Some people think that Starbucks is not healthy. Too many calories, milk and sugar and caffeine. So they don't eat it often, right? You will eat hamburger maybe every day, right? But sweet, fat drinks you will avoid. And it's mainly for adults. So if you bring your kids, what will they eat at Starbucks, right? So like just food, but drinks are limited for kids. This is the problem. So if you have kids, you will take them to McDonald's maybe. So strength and weakness are inside. So what is outside? What opportunities are there for Starbucks? International expansion. They can expand. They're everywhere in US and in the UK, but in China, Brazil, India, Russia, not too many Starbuckses. So they can grow in China. So many people there, right? So a lot of opportunities to earn money in China. In Thailand, there's 400 Starbucks locations. so they can grow here, right? Maybe. They can sell alcoholic beverages like they do in Italy. They can sell food. They can sell tea, right? They can expand beyond coffee. People like to drink coffee at home, so Starbucks can sell you coffee. They can sell you a coffee machine. They can sell you different things, cups, right? And they can have strategic partnerships. For example, you stay in a hotel in the US. In the US, they have Starbucks coffee. You fly on an airplane, they have Starbucks coffee. You go to Walmart, they have Starbucks cold drinks in a can, right? You can buy it and drink. So strategic partnerships. This is a strategic partnership opportunity. And last thing, threats. So what can uh, be a threat to Starbucks? Current state of economy, right? If economy is bad, people don't have money, they will not buy Starbucks products because it's a luxury product. Think about there's luxury and necessary product. Necessary product like toothpaste, right? You must have toothpaste. You must have a toothbrush. It's necessary for life. And luxury is like candy, right? It's not you. If you don't have candy, you can still survive. Price of coffee and milk goes up, and coffee supply is changing because of the weather. So it will maybe Starbucks will not have enough coffee. Maybe they will have to increase the price of coffee. Okay, just a second. Just a moment. You remember this from last week, right? If you sell less, you remember this from last week, right? If you sell less and your expenses are still the same, your profit will go down. If you sell the same, but your expenses are higher, let's say you need to pay more for coffee beans, your profit will go down. So higher price of beans will affect you because people will, like, let's say now 1 cup of coffee at Starbucks is 100 baht. Coffee price goes up, so Starbucks will say, okay, now 1 cup of coffee at Starbucks is 115 baht. I will go less because it's expensive, right? There's competitors everywhere. People are opening coffee shops because they want to open their own businesses. So customers can now choose. I don't like Starbucks, I will go to the shop, right? Starbucks is losing customers. And you see lower priced competitors. McDonald's is selling coffee. So if I'm just interested in coffee, I don't want atmosphere. I just want to drink coffee in the morning. I will go there. Starbucks will lose customers. So there's cheaper competitors. There's also high-end competitors, that sell atmosphere, like Panera, uh, other locations in Europe where coffee is expensive, but they're offering nice music, nice sofas, so you go there. And in California, they said coffee might cause cancer, so it scares people. Okay, so you see, if you want to be a successful company, you must know why you are great, but you also must understand what could be the threat. Because if you only think about positive things, you will not be prepared for a negative impact. Like I said, uh, running a business, you can never relax. It's like driving on the road. One moment everything is fine, next moment it's raining, and you must be prepared. Like, have you seen people here in Thailand? They're on motorbikes. It's October, rainy season, and they don't have a coat, they don't have an umbrella, and they're on a motorbike, they're wet. So they were not prepared. They didn't think about the rain, and now they're wet, right? They must stop. So a business must always be prepared, must think about all the contingencies, must think about all that can go wrong to prepare for anything. So if there's 10 companies and 5 companies prepare for bad times, these 5 companies will survive. The other 5 companies will disappear because they were not prepared. Okay. So this is a SWOT analysis. So we covered SWOT, we covered Pestel. I want to talk about entrepreneur. Okay, what is entrepreneur? Remember in the beginning we discussed Steve Jobs. He's an entrepreneur. Many people work for companies, but some people say, I don't want to work for anyone. I want to open my own company. I think I can offer a new product or a new service. And then they start. They're called entrepreneurs. They start a new business. So, for example, when Steve Jobs started his company, Apple, there was already IBM, and they were selling computers. And then comes Jobs, and he says, I will also sell computers. And everyone was kind of laughing because, we have a big company. Who needs you? And, the rest, right? Now everyone likes Apple computers. Same thing happened years later when there were phones, cellular phones, and suddenly Steve Jobs came with an iPhone. And some people were skeptical. It's like, who needs an iPhone? You have a computer. You can do things on a computer. And phone is just there to make a phone call. Why do you connect two? It's a bad idea. They were wrong, right? So entrepreneur takes a risk because he has some new idea no one tried before. It could become successful or it could fail. We never know. You never know until you try. It's never been tried before. You take risk. If you are right, you'll be successful. You will earn profit. You'll earn money. If you were wrong, you will lose money. Everyone will laugh at you, right? Entrepreneurs need money. When you start a project, when you start a new company, you need money. If you don't have your own money, you go borrow from a bank. And banks are not really excited about that because they don't know, maybe you will fail. You borrow from your friends, family, public. It's a risk. Same thing happened with uh, this guy, Howard Schultz, Starbucks. Before Starbucks, coffee was not very popular in US, and there were not very many coffee shops in the US. And Howard Schultz, he visited Italy and he saw Italian coffee shops, cafes, Italian cafes, and he brought this culture to America. Cafe where you could go sit and relax. Before him, no one tried it. Another one. Just a second. KFC was founded by Harlan Sanders, entrepreneur who began selling fried chicken from his roadside restaurant in Corbin, Kentucky during the Great Depression, so like 90 years ago. Sanders identified the potential of the restaurant franchising concept, and the first Kentucky Fried Chicken franchise opened in Utah in 1952. So you see, he saw an opportunity and he took it. He was the first one. He took the risk. He was risking, of course. So this is the guy. Story of Kentucky Fried Chicken. And another one, just a moment. McDonald's. Today, McDonald's is a huge company. If McDonald's today needs to borrow money, any bank will be glad to, give them funds. But at first, no one believed it because it was a new concept, fast food, burgers, but it worked. This Ray Kroc, he developed McDonald's into what it is today. From one location, he took it all over the world. There's a movie about McDonald's, and this guy, he was maybe 40 years old and didn't have much success in his life, and then but he was successful with McDonald's. Again, entrepreneur. We have today there's many companies like Honda, right? Honda makes cars, motorbikes, successful company, but the first Mr. Honda was born in Kamio village, Iwata district, 1906. He spent his early childhood helping his father. He was a blacksmith working with metal. With his bicycle repair, they were repairing bicycles. Honda created a stamp to forge his family seal out of used rubber bicycle pedal cover. Okay, so again, the very first Honda mopeds, motorbikes were simple. He was trying, he was investing his time, his money. It didn't look like it would be successful, and now it's a huge corporation. So What I'm trying to tell you that every company was started by entrepreneur who had a vision, who wanted to do something better than others. Maybe after this class, you will do the same thing. You will say, I have an idea how to improve things. Why do we always do it like that? Maybe there's another way. You will invest your time, your money, your effort, and then you'll be successful. Entrepreneurs, but don't forget, it's risky, right? You could succeed and you could fail. And if you fail, maybe you try again and then you're successful. We never know. And another thing, economy of scale. What is economy of scale? Okay. Look, for example, I sell coffee, 1 cup 40 baht. I sell 10 cups, so my income is 400 baht, right? 40 times 10, 400. But if I reduce the price, I will sell more, 700 baht. And your question is, why would you sell more? Well, because if people see lower price, they will want to buy more. Maybe customers from my competitors will come to me. All right, this is what's happening at Starbucks. Starbucks, 1 cup of coffee is 100 baht minimum, right? And the McDonald's, maybe 50 baht, 60 baht, right? So many people are running to McDonald's from Starbucks. Why? Because it's cheaper. The supply, so this is the company, and demand from the people. Company, this is company, they supply stuff, and demand, people. So when the price is lower, people will want to buy more. So this is economy of scale. Scale means size, okay? So economy of size. That's why Starbucks is successful. That's why 7-Eleven is successful, Tesco, Big C, because they don't sell a little bit, they sell so much. They sell so many, they can reduce the price. And when the price is low, people are coming to them, right? So if you want to buy something, like, okay, I was buying dog food, and rimping, at rimping 2 kilograms was 200 baht, and at Tesco 10 kilograms was 400 baht. So you see, Tesco is better. And why Tesco can sell it cheaper? Because they sell a lot, right? So this way they attract customers by lower price, and they sell a lot, so their income is higher. So when you're running a business, you can increase your income through numbers, right? You sell more, and then you reduce the price. Think about you go to buy water. If you buy water at 7-Eleven, it's 5 baht. If you buy it from a local shop, maybe it's 7 baht. 7-Eleven is everywhere. They can reduce the price to attract customers. This way, they have more income. Same expense, more profit. That's why small businesses often cannot compete with large companies, because large companies can afford to lower the price a little bit. Okay. So this is economy of scale, economy of size. Just a moment. So in the world, we always have demand and supply, supply and demand. People demand products and companies supply products and they agree on some price, right? You go to buy bananas in Thailand. It's like, how much is that? 20 baht. Okay, yeah, normal price, 20 baht. If they say, I say, how much are your bananas? 5 baht. Oh, 5 baht. I will buy two. And then, another one will say, oh, I buy 3 or 4, right? It's so cheap. I buy a lot. And then next day you come, how much are your bananas? 50 baht. Maybe I don't buy, right? So when the price is low, people want to buy more. When the price is high, sellers want to sell more. At some point, we agree on price. What is acceptable? And everyone knows the price, right? Like a cup of coffee in Thailand, about 50 baht. Bananas, about 20 baht, right? We all know the prices, more or less. And this is acceptable price, market price for products. We all know the price of things. Like, go to Bangkok. I would say 1,500 baht one way. This is the market price. If I've never seen 300 baht. I've never seen 2,000 baht. It's more or less 1,500 baht, the market price. We all agree on that price. Okay? And for everything in this world, there is some price that we all agree on. Sellers agree on it, buyers agree on it. It's called market price. So again, as you can see, business is like science, right? You need some people like Steve Jobs who have great ideas. You need people like KFC, like McDonald's, like Starbucks. They have some great ideas. They do something that has never been done. They started, they're entrepreneurs, they risk everything. And then after that, the company starts to grow, and then it's like science. You need to find the right price. You need to find the right actions, right? What is going on in the world? What are the threats for our company? What are the opportunities? What can we do to fight the competition, right? In Thailand, you have Honda and you have Toyota, and they both sell cars, and the quality is more or less the same. The price is close, right? So they're fighting. If I don't buy Honda, I will buy Toyota. If I don't buy Toyota, I will buy Honda. And then Suzuki comes and they give me an offer and I start looking there. And then Mazda, and then, other cars, and they all offer products. And now I'm deciding, right? And if it's the same quality and same price, I will start saying, what can you give me for free? And then this company says, if you buy a car with us, we'll give you free GPS. Interesting. And then this car says, but if you buy a car from us, we'll give you free warranty for 10 years. Interesting, right? So they're trying to lure, they're trying to attract customers, and then customers will follow. So this is how companies operate. Okay, just a second, please. And again, I want you to remember that supply comes from the company. Company supplies, and company always wants to sell more at higher price. And demand, you customers demand, and you want to buy more at lower price. But at some point, they meet at in the market, and there's a market price, some market price. So think about, we have market. What is market? Talat, right? In Thai. Market. Market is where seller and buyer, they meet. They meet and then they decide, so I sell and you buy. It could be virtual. It could be virtual, like AliExpress, right? I want to buy something and I want to sell something. So we meet and I look at their product, I look at the price, and then I look at competitors and I make a decision, right? So market is a place for sellers and buyers to meet and do a transaction, exchange. Okay, I give you money, you give me coffee, right? I give you money, you give me bananas. Market. This is called, and of course, you know that. You know, you've been to a market, virtual market, like Lazada, or real market like Tesco, right? You go to inside Tesco, it's like a market, right? Tesco offers products from different companies, Mama, this and that, and you make your decisions. You want to buy noodles, there's several companies at Tesco. Tesco is not making those noodles. Tesco is just offering companies this building with a roof where you can go and spend your money. Okay. Just a moment.